channel, so y'all already see the title. Y'all know what is going on. I am giving y'all another story time. Now look, a lot of these story times that I'm gonna be telling y'all is from my past, y'all. I am taking on a non-toxic lifestyle, okay? A lot of these stories I'm gonna be telling y'all is from my past, y'all. I don't want to engage in the toxic activities moving forward, so I'm working on bettering myself. But in the meantime, I got some stories to tell you because I know y'all wanna know and y'all nosy, and that's why I'm here to tell it. It's kind of like a mini venting session, and it's kind of things that I like, I guess you could say, laugh about nowadays, because all of these stories I am not heard about no more. It doesn't really affect me that much, so I feel like eventually you should laugh, take it as a lesson, learn, and move on, okay? We're not gonna sit here and harbor over trauma and just drag on that hurt. We trying to move on, we trying to do better, we trying to let that hurt go, all right? So anyways, let's get straight into this story. So y'all already see the title. Yes, first of all, I did a story time like this. Well, I did this story time. I did this story probably over 2 years ago, how I went through an ex-boyfriend of mine's phone, and child, I was telling y'all, you do not go through a man's phone unless, number one, you are ready to leave, because what you are looking for, you are gonna find. You're gonna find something, and you know, if it's too clean, then you're still something is there, because why you don't got nothing? Now, even in the group, you're not slick, okay? And it's like, I kind of want to give y'all some tips on how to check a phone, because I do feel like I'm a little experienced, but I don't need them knowing what we got going on. So I'm gonna find a way, y'all, but I don't need them knowing. Just DM me or something. I got some good advice. Anyways, so yes, I did it again. I went through a phone. Let's just say the only thing that makes this time different than the other time, yes, I was still in a relationship, but it's also like I knew it was something, and that person was making it known, like heavy on it. It's nothing, I'm bugging, like why would they do that? It's all about us, like really trying to get in my head, trying to make me feel like I was bugging. But one thing about me, I'm very observant, and I know, okay? Every time I have a feeling, a woman's intuition is never wrong. Every time I have a feeling, I always be right. So anyways, so basically, let me give y'all a little backstory, because I cannot tell y'all no stories without a backstory. So basically, I was in a relationship, and it went from us being together all the time to us parting ways for what was intended to be a short period of time, because you know, sometimes you just gotta come apart to come back together, especially if you like smothering each other, financial reasons, goals, jobs. It's a whole bunch of different things that could, you know, sometimes you have to part ways from your partner a little bit. I was all for it. I was very confident. You know, I did feel like the time when we was like, you know, all up under each other, that we were both very faithful, which I don't cheat, child. I may do a lot of things, but I don't cheat, because I cannot handle the pressure of hurting somebody like in that way, because I feel like that's a direct, obvious way to, like, especially intentional too, to like hurt somebody. And I'm a nice person. Like, I have my flaws and stuff, but for the most part, I'm a good person, so I don't like doing the whole cheating thing. But trust me, after, I would never be the same, and this happened every time. But anyways, child, it was just a situation where, you know, we parted ways for a while, and it was just kind of like I was confident that, you know, this person was gonna, let me give him a name, because I know y'all like names. Henry. Let's call him Henry. So Henry, so me and Henry, like, me and Henry had what I felt like was a very faithful relationship. So like I said, I was very confident, and I just felt like, you know, whatever we gotta do to make our situation, whatever we could do to make our relationship better, I'm with it. I'm gonna play my part, you play your part. We had a game plan. You know, I was encouraging Henry, like, look, I think you should do this. This is what you do best. Blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm here for it. Cool. So it's like the time is going by, and the only thing I would say about this next part is I felt like Henry felt like I was already in the phase of moving away from him, and not physically but mentally. Like, I wasn't really including Henry in a lot of my new plans, you know, and I felt like it was only right, only because me and Henry had gotten into a real bad situation, you know, a couple of months prior to that, not even like half of a year before that. So it was just kind of given, I'm unsure about you, Henry. Like, I don't want to commit myself to something long-term with you, and you don't know how to act. You don't know how to act. You don't know how to keep your hands to yourself. You don't know how to talk to me right. And the times that you do treat me good, it's like I can't even enjoy the moment, because I'm already anticipating something going wrong. And it's like, you know, people always say that, like, don't, when you speak negative things into the universe, negative things are gonna happen, vice versa with positive things. But it was just like, I just know. It wasn't a if, and, or but. It was more of a lack of emotional control, a lack of mental control. Like, it was a lot going on with me and him separately and us together. And then, you know, it was just a lot of drama. So, you know, I was just doing what I felt like was best for me, but I did still want to be with Henry. So it was just a little weird. Like, I didn't know how I really wanted to go about things. And I'm thinking that this move would kind of, you know, put us in a situation where I wouldn't necessarily have to make, I guess you could say, selfish decisions, because I feel like when you are in a relationship with somebody, you should include them. But if you're unsure, of course you're gonna feel like you're gonna make sure you good at the end of the day. If something goes wrong, I'm gonna make sure I'm good, and that's where I felt like I was with it. But yes, I still did want to be with Henry, and I was still willing to make it work. But you know, when it comes to real life, I don't play about my life. I don't play about my well-being. I don't play about my health. I don't play about none of that. So I had to do what I had to do. Moving along. So Henry goes where he goes, and I go where I go. Y'all see where I'm at right now. So boom. It's like I was so used to me and Henry being up under each other. Like, literally, I wasn't really hanging out with nobody. Henry was my best friend at the time. So it was just kind of like, it went from us being up under each other every day, going places all the time together, doing things together all the time, like real family shit, to me and Henry talking a good amount of times to us barely speaking. Now, you know, the first level of cheating, especially when y'all not in the same place, the communication starts to get lost. When the conversations get shorter with me, they get longer with somebody else. So I'm like, something is going, but maybe because Henry is going through stuff and I'm going through stuff, maybe we just not really in a space to really like talk to each other as much, because I was in a place where I didn't even want to talk to nobody. I didn't want to be around nobody. I was going through depression. Like, it was a lot of stuff. So I don't never want to be the one to make somebody overly be there for me or be that person in my life when I'm going through it too. Like, who am I to try to, you know, and yes, you're my partner and everything. I do expect that from you at least, but it was given we should be helping each other and not going away from each other, especially when we're not in the same place. Because if you're not happy here, then you won't find somewhere else to be happy. And where else would you be happy but here? Like, I'm confusing. So now, you know, a week goes by, giving him time to settle in, whatever. All right, cool. 2 weeks go by, communication still getting short, but I'm thinking, you know, he getting to it. Like, he working, he doing what I feel like he should be doing, and vice versa. All right, cool. Now a month goes by, something not right. Why we not talking that much? Like, I feel like I'm begging for your time, and it's like I kind of tried to justify it for you, being sensitive to what you're dealing with within yourself, and now I feel like you playing with me, but I'm unsure. You know that feeling when you know but you don't know, and you're more scared of being wrong than it actually being true, like, you know, or going through the confrontation process of like, I know but I don't have no proof, because when you don't have no proof, they innocent until proven guilty. So it's weird. So I'm like, okay, 2 months go by, 3 months go by. All right, cool. We was away from each other for 3 months. 3 months. So now the status of me and Henry from the first month from when he left, and then the third month of when he left, we were barely even speaking. I was begging for a call back. I was begging for him to spend some type of time with me virtually, which, ew, don't ever beg a man for nothing. And I wasn't necessarily begging, but it's like I was going through it so much. I felt like I was desperate for him to be that man in my life, to be that person I could fall back on, because I didn't want to be vulnerable or open with nobody else. Like, I'm not really one to look for sympathy or, you know, play the victim, as people would say, well, a person would say. And it was just kind of like, I need you right now. Like, I need you. I'm old enough. I feel like I got a man, so be my man, and I could do what I can for you. We're in this together. Remember, it's you giving me the vibes that we not in this together. And it's like, if your mind is somewhere else, say that. If you unsure about us, say that, because I'm not stupid at the same time. So it was given, all right, I don't want to move crazy, because I had people around me like, look, this man is ready to talk to you, give you this, spend that on you. You can experience all different types of things. Like, they ready, the niggas is here. And I'm just like, I'm still in a relationship though. Like, of course it's given he's doing something, but I'm not sure. So I'm still in a relationship. And they was just like, look, you can be dumb if you want to, but this is what's really going on. And I'm just like, although I don't deny that what you're saying is right, I don't have no proof, so I'm not gonna make no move until I got proof. Let me tell y'all something, the demon that comes out of me when I have proof, oh, they always come running back, just know that. Anyways, so Now I'm catching you. Can you at least call me back? You saying you gonna call me back, you don't call me back, you going missing. Why you keep going missing? And it's like the place he was going missing in, let's just say it's real hot, nice, warm, and it's a lot of bodies, okay? It's a lot of them around. Put two and two together, you know what I'm talking about. So it was just kind of like, nah. And then I just see you know what I mean? Keep posting drinks. You posting drinks, you're not posting you posting drinks, you posting plates, but you only posting your drink and your plate. Something not right. Something not right. I said, okay, am I bugging? Maybe, it's always the maybes. Maybe, not maybe. That's exactly what's happening. So I'm like, all right. Now I call myself crying, keep tripping, keep arguing with you on the phone, Now every single day we arguing, we getting into it, can't even have a simple conversation. Y'all know when y'all get so bad in a relationship where y'all can't even have a simple conversation without somebody blowing it out of proportion or somebody bugging out or somebody doing something. And then we get to the point where I was just so fed up, I would just block him. And it's just like, if you get to a point where you feel like you just gotta block your partner and still wanna be with them, you gotta go. Because you're gonna eventually unblock their number, or they're gonna find a way to contact you, which always got me at the time. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, it always got me like, yeah, call me from no caller ID, email me, something, text free me, what happened? Like, call me, you know, it was stuff like that, toxic shit. So I was just like, after a while, I'm like, I know I'm not bugging, because why you keep letting me down? Like, we say, okay, we're gonna do this, let's watch a movie together on FaceTime. Like, let's try to keep that bond with us. Like, I'm so used to being with you all the time. We have our shows, our movies, our favorite foods, our favorite routines, our favorite things to do. Like, we went from taking vitamins together at the same time, showering together every single day, which I didn't feel like was clingy at all, because this was new to me. Like, I never been in a situation where it was like, I'm in a real relationship, like real one, you know, as an adult. So it went from that to me begging for you to just own up to your word. Like, you're supposed to be a man of your word, Henry. You're supposed to be a man of your word. So it was just like, damn, I don't know what to do. And then it's like, my relationship is in shambles. My life is in shambles. What am I gonna do? Like, what am I gonna do? And it's like, once again, like I said, I was desperate for that love. I was desperate for that. You're doing great, baby girl. Like, I see you trying to work your way through things. I know times is hard right now, but I got you. I'm here for you. Times is hard for me too. Like, you know, something of that. And I was just not getting that. It was given, I went to my location and I'm just ready to act a fool and have fun and just act like I don't still got a whole family relationship going on, right? So now that's pretty much the backstory. Let's get to when Henry came back, okay? So we just had gotten to an argument the day prior to, and I'm just like, I'm good off you. Like, I didn't want to be the one to break it off. And I know he didn't want to be the one to break it off either, but it was just kind of like, somebody got to do it. And I was just like, my beginning stages is to really detach myself from you. So we got into an argument, whatever. Boom, I blocked him. So now the whole day goes by. He tells me, boom, he told me once again we was gonna watch a movie on FaceTime or whatever the case may be, and he flopped on me and was nowhere to be found. So I just blocked him. It was what it was. Cool. So now I set my ones and I blocked him, and then now he's calling me from an unknown number like, oh my God, you always so quick to block me. I flew back down to Atlanta and I was coming to surprise you. Like, damn, da-da-da-da. So now everything goes out the window. My man is here. Everything that I was thinking wasn't right, you know, da-da-da-da-da. No, mind you, oh my God, I skipped the part. He sent me edible arrangements, which, like I told y'all, and I say this all the time, if you are new, this is something that I do not like. I feel like every time I got edible arrangements, it was always that I'm sorry, get that, I'm sorry, teddy bear, I'm sorry for doing this to you, I love you, da-da-da-da. Like, I got at least 3 of those in my life with I'm sorry messages. Don't give me no edible arrangements. Up it, because no. Just, I don't know, because I do like fruits and stuff. But y'all get what I'm saying. So it was just like, all right. So now, once he sent me those edible arrangements, he surprised me. I guess he had a whole thing, surprise planned for me, which was including him coming to surprise me and not telling me. So once he sent me the edible arrangements that day before I blocked him, I called him and I was just crying so hard because I was just like, I needed this. Like, thank you so much. Like, I really appreciate you for even taking the time out your day to want to send me something. And I feel like I was just so desperate for some type of love from him as the male figure in my life. It was just like I was willing to accept anything at that point. And we should never, ladies, we should never get to the point where we are accepting literally the bare minimum from a man just for our validation if we're low in life. Always remember that you should expect nothing but the utmost from a man, especially if he's the male figure in your life. Expect nothing but the utmost, and you know what a man is capable of doing, or what your man is capable of doing. So however he up it, that's how he should treat you as well, okay? So keep that in mind. So I'm crying to him, thank you so much, I appreciate this. I just was boiling in tears, y'all, was this whole thing. And then that's when he was like, oh, I'm gonna call you later. Like, he didn't necessarily dismiss me, but I was just, oh my God. And I was basically just telling him like my feelings, what was on my mental at the time, like, you know. And he was kind of like lost for words, and I wouldn't necessarily say lost for words. He just wasn't responding in the way I wanted him to. Like, you know, yeah, I know you've been going through a lot, you know, I understand, you know, we both going through it, like, you know, stuff like that. And he just wasn't really saying anything. So now I go from crying to just like, you know, I'm going through so much, blah, 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 to, why are you so quiet? It was awkward. Like, I swear I vividly remember like me saying those exact words, and I was just like, why are you so quiet? He was like, I don't know, I just don't really have much to say. Like, I don't really, you know. And I just felt like that was weird, because why? He was the most affectionate person when he wasn't being so damn mean. And I'm just like, how you don't got nothing to say right now? Like, that's weird. Like, it was weird. And I'm not gonna lie, the end of the phone call was just very eerie for me, and I just didn't understand why. So boom, now comes time, fast forward, he came to surprise me. Damn, I came to surprise you, you just blocked my number. And I'm like, because you said you was gonna do something, you disappeared on me, I'm calling your phone, my phone call's going straight to voicemail. I'm good with you, like, I'm not even about to play with you. And he like, well, I'm on my way there, so da da da. So I'm ready to see my man, y'all. I didn't see him in person in 3 months. I could barely hold a conversation on the phone with him, FaceTime, nothing, like, you know. So he shows up, he comes to my door, I jump on top of him, and I was just so happy to see him. He was just looking so luscious and so handsome, and so much like, I miss a man's touch, like, you know. So whatever, I'm so happy to see him. Did I cook for him? Or did I cook, period? I don't remember, but I know I embraced him like with open arms for sure. So now he's there for a few days or whatever, and we're not doing anything. Like, it seems like when you go outside, when you was over there, you had a drink, you had a meal, you had something. You come in here and we in a house all day. Like, why are we in a house? Let's do something. Like, it's anything. We can do anything that's inexpensive or not so time consuming or whatever. And this is, I'm talking about the bare minimum. I just wanted to do something. I wanted to feel like I was out on a date with my man. Like, I wanted that vibe, and it just wasn't giving. I was giving layup, hump each other all day, like, y'all know what, y'all know. And it was just kind of like, although I was enjoying the rumping shop, it was just kind of like, what else you came here for? Like, what's up? Like, what's up? So now Henry decides that he want to go out with his friends one night. Cool. I'm not the type of person to sit there and try to make you be cooped up in the house with me all day. Yeah, I had people to go outside with too, so there was a point in time where I was going out with my friends and stuff too. But I just felt like it's weird that you so quick to go out with your friends, but you not quick to go somewhere with me. And you here with me at this point. Like, so what's going on? So now he goes out with his friends one night. I go out with my friends one night. We doing a little back and forth as far as going out. And then one night, I remember he told me this vividly. We both fell asleep in the bed, and he woke me up. And everybody knows me. Don't wake me up. I don't care if the house is burning down on fire. Do not wake me up. Okay? Don't wake me up. It's like that. I hate when people wake me up. I hate when people wake me up. He says something that just sounds so dumb to me, along the lines of, I want to talk to you. But he made it seem like it was something else, and it just kind of gave me the vibe of, why would you wake me up to tell me this dumb shit? Like, why are you trying to have a conversation with me right now? And it's like 3, 4 in the morning. Like, why are you trying? You see me fast asleep. And when we spoke about it way after, of course, he was just like, it was eating him up inside that he really wanted to talk to me about this whole situation, which I'm gonna discuss. But he didn't know how to tell me. But I'm like, why would you try to wake me up if we was sitting up watching a whole movie before I even fell asleep? You could have talked to me. Like, we've been in this house all day. We had nothing to do but talk. Now you want to talk while I'm asleep? Don't wake me up. Don't wake me up. Save for the morning. Anyways, I went back to sleep. He didn't tell me whatever. He went somewhere the next day. Something like that. Then it was like a quick little move or whatever. Then he came back in the house and got straight on the game. So I'm like, okay, you playing in my face now, because you just left, you just came back, and now you on the game. Like, Like, you really not trying to spend no time with me. What's up? Like, now it's pissing me off because I just did all this embracing and missing you and all this just for you to still act like I'm not here. So now, after he plays the game, he's like, I'm going back out with my friends. You're going back where, with who? You know when your mans go out with their friends, it's gonna be women there. So you're fiending to be around other women, because men don't usually just go out with just their male friends and there's no women around. Like, I'm not saying it doesn't happen at all, but I'm saying it's not really common either. So it's just kind of like, now you fiending to be around women, because why you keep going out with your friends? And I know it's not just you and your friends. Like, I get you missed your friends and you wanted to see your friends, but it's giving you fiending to be around women because his friends was fiending to be around women. I'm not stupid. Stop playing in my face. So now, oh my God, so now here's where the story goes down. So he went out with his friends. Cool, 12 o'clock passed, 1 o'clock passed. No, I'm lying. He went outside at like 1 in the morning, because I guess the after spots is lit in Atlanta. Why are you going outside at 1 in the morning? Me, I get I'm a woman, but if I'm going outside at 1 in the morning, he would have just assumed trouble. He would have assumed men. He would have had a whole attitude, made me feel so bad about it, and I'm a woman. He would have just made me feel terrible about it. So why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? So something ain't right. So he leaves. 2 in the morning passed. 3 in the morning passed. 4 in the morning passed, because I purposefully stayed up. 5 in the morning passed. 6 in the morning. Okay, hold on, because at that point I done fell asleep. At that point I fell asleep and you took the keys. So you could come in whenever you want, and if I'm in a deep sleep, I might not notice when you come back in the house. But luckily for me, I'm not a heavy sleeper. One thing about me, I could hear if you drop a piece of lace on the floor. Like, I sleep very light. So I was just kind of like, all right, I know I'm not opening my eyes and it's birds chirping and the sun is up. That's weird. That's not what I'm seeing. He's drunk, trying to lay down. He's drunk, pass out. I said, God, what I need to do? What I need to do? So he's sitting there drunk, passed out in the bed. His phone is right there. I'm like, because at this point, I gotta catch him doing something, because I'm not stupid. And you know when it's like, you know but you don't know, and it's building up to the point where it's like, now I'm gonna go look for it, because I'm not even about to play with you no more. Like, I'm ready to just be done with this overall, which we know how that ended. But I slapped my hand under his pillow. Mind you, it take me like at least 3 minutes to get my hand from out of the pillow to on his side of the pillow, because I'm very tactical with my moves. So I was making sure I didn't wake him up, and it was better. It was even better that he was passed out drunk, because now he won't be so, easily woken up or nothing like that. So I get his phone, incorrect password. I said, no, I know his password. Incorrect password. I said, if it shake again, it's gonna lock me out his phone. So I said, he changed his password. Henry changed his password? I said, wow, because we had the passwords to each other's phones already. Like, we already knew nearly every single thing about each other, including passwords. I was very confident. I ain't changed my password. I said, oh, he playing with me. I said, all right. I said, you know what? Maybe God want me to find out another way. What was done in the dark is gonna come to the light. This is what I'm telling myself. Then I'm like, tried to go back to sleep, and it was just so heavy on my spirit. So I tried to go back to sleep. My eyes opened so quick. I said, that laptop, get the laptop. I was like, all right, because remember when we had got arrested together? That's not funny, but when we had got arrested together, I got out of jail before him. So, and I wasn't even really in jail. I was in a precinct, but whatever you consider that. I got here before him. I didn't have my phones. I didn't have nothing, no forms of communication but his laptop. And I remember he told me the password to his laptop when we were staying together before. So I said, God, if you want me to go through this man's laptop and find out the truth, let me get the password right on the first try. I said, God, if you want me to get the truth and you want me to go through this man's laptop, if there's something I need to see that this man is doing, let me get the password done. Let me get the password right on the first try. God said, I got you. Don't even worry about it. First try, the whole laptop open. I said, I said, this is my God. This is why I praise him. This is why I praise him. I said, all right, now let's get to the nitty gritty. I didn't even want to do it in a room. I went to a whole different room. And I was making sure I was extra quiet, because now that I'm in a laptop, I got things I need to see. I got things I need to take pictures of, because don't take screenshots. Screenshots take screenshots are very loud. I usually just take a picture with my phone, so you don't gotta go through deleting and going in this file and that file. We don't got time for that. We need to take a picture, but we need to take a picture of and keep it pushing. That's free game. Once again, I'm not gonna get too much, you know, but that's free game. So I did that. All right, cool. Women sending naked pictures, naked videos. He talking to some other girl, buying her son some food, linking up with the girl he told me not to worry about. That was such a terrible person. I'm reading his conversations with his mans like, this one is a freak. Yeah, meet me there, meet me here. Yeah, wifey tripping, da 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 da. Tell him I'm coming right now. Mind you, I remember this conversation that me and him was having on the phone, and he was outside with his friends. And he was like, oh, well, everybody here, like, I gotta go, da da da. That's where he was. He was at the bar with mad girls. So I was just like, all right. So this is a few things I'm seeing. It's pissing me off. It's pissing me off. I'm looking. I'm seeing him talking to people. And this is the thing. I really wanted to go through that phone because, you know, the phone comes with Instagram and Facebook and all this extra stuff. God did not want me to go through that. God did not want me to go through that because it was just like, I know it would have been way worse. I know it would have been way worse if I would have saw what he was doing on Instagram. So the phone was enough for me. So I'm going through his phone, taking pictures of this, taking pictures of that, all different types of shit. So at this point, it's confirmed he was cheating on me, right? It was confirmed. And then I see a cuffing picture. Nah, ain't no way. I done seen a naked woman in the video doing a whole bunch of masturbation. I don't want YouTube to, you know, but doing all of that. I see you, let me not even put people's business out there, but other stuff. And then you got a cuffing picture with a girl, and I grew up with this girl. I know this girl. Me and this girl went to elementary school together. We used to twin all the time. And of course, during the years, we would say our little ones and twos. No, we wasn't super close or nothing like that, but I grew up with this girl. I got photos. Y'all know the pictures sitting in the row with your class and your class number in the middle? Yes, those. Cuffing picture, kissing her in the car. Oh, Lord. My chest, the chest was tight. The chest was hurting. Mind you, he linked her when he was looking extra comfortable. Like, he ain't try to dress up and do his big one. He had on a bonnet. Like, it gave, like, I'm pulling up on one of my joints. I'm comfortable. I've been talking to her for a while. That's what it gives. You know, when you link somebody that you already been talking to, you a little bit more comfortable around them, so you don't feel like you need to be as polished. You still had dandruff on your shirt, ugly. I was so mad. Then, top it off. He was like, happy Mother's Day because I other than you. What? So it's confirmed you was doing other girls, and not that it makes it any better, but I was assuming that you wrapped it up. But now it's confirmed that you was cuffing with a girl that I knew and I grew up with, and you was doing it unprotected, and then you came to me after? Are you serious? Happy Mother's Day? Mind you, he wrote me Happy Mother's Day. And I'm delusional like things. Like, oh my God, when I tell you love and men can have you so delusional, y'all. Oh my God, I was so delusional. Cause I felt like it was a funny thing. And not saying motherhood is funny or nothing like that. But you know how some men be like, yeah, you wanna be my baby mother. Like, you be like, LOL. Like, you know, certain stuff like that. And it was just like, you told me Happy Mother's Day because we wanted to have kids together too. So it was more sentimental, but it was funny at the same time. But you telling this to other people because you know. Come here. Because that's how I was feeling. I said, okay, I don't even need to see no more because I looked through the whole thing. I went out months. You was cheating on me before you even left, sweetie. You was prepared to leave. You had your line up lined up, literally. So I was like, okay. I said, okay. I called my friend. I said, what do I do?
Delay. I'm radio check one more time. Radio check.
Radio check loud and clear.
What I'm supposed to say? Copy. We in the house tight. You in the house tight.
Y'all know that TikTok I'm talking about. He said, I said, all right. I got dressed, put my sneakers on, put my shorts on, got a cup of water, threw that shit right in his face. Get the fuck up. Get up. Get up. I was yelling at him. I was telling him the name. Let's call a girl Ashley. I said, Ashley? Ashley? For real? Ashley? And he knew what I was talking about. He all drunk, discombobulated. You get up. Get up. Because you know who I'm talking about. Get up. I'm like, Ashley? For real? Seriously? This is how you gonna do me? This how you, yo, I was so hurt, but I was more mad that you really played, like you played in my face. You really played in my face. So I'm sitting here like, I found my proof. I found my proof. And I wasn't even mad if he would have went through my phone because I didn't have nothing in there. He's pulling the, oh, I was gonna tell you, I was trying to tell you, it wasn't sitting right with me. You look so peaceful when you sleep. And it just reminded me how much I loved you, how much I love you, and how much I don't wanna hurt you, and all this bullshit. I'm just like, and this is how you do it? Oh, I was just so lost. You was making me feel like I wasn't wanted and all that. And it was like, but bro, look how you was treating me. You was the one who was big on I'm trying to make sure our family is good and you stressing me out. You always arguing with me. And it's like, yeah, because you're not holding up to your word. You're supposed to be a man of your word. You keep letting me down. You keep letting me down to do it, man. Make me fend for myself. And if I would have cheated on you, I would have never heard that end of that. He would have did me so dirty. Oh, he would have did. Oh my God, he would have made sure I felt that. Oh my God. So, you know, the day goes by. He winds up not leaving. He decides he wants to stay an extra 2 weeks to try to get me back. Did not work. I was not playing with him. You know, after I was texting these girls, you know, telling them, oh, which don't ever do that. Like, and once they responded, I didn't even answer because it's like by the time they responded, remember this happened at the crack of dawn. So by the time they responded, I kind of snapped back into and I just didn't even want to entertain it no more because it's like, look who the fuck I am. Like, I'm not about to, come on, I'm really me. Like, not even to try to not be humble, but you know, I had to talk my shit. Like, I'm really me. Like, I was still hurt, but I'm not about to let nobody see me sweat either. But I was still like, all right, so you hit them up, tell them that you got a girlfriend. And like, I wanted him to mess up his relationship so he don't got nothing to go back to because you're definitely getting the fuck out of here. So I was just trying to, you know, do all that. And he goes, oh, he starts saying stuff like, oh, trying to be wrong and strong. We arguing back and forth now because it goes from him being so sorry and us crying together to him getting so mad that my mouth is so crazy now. He like, yeah, that's why I've been working as a receptionist. I've been working as a receptionist. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, you're corny. You're corny. You're corny. Like, you're boo, tomato, tomato, tomatoes, throwing mad tomatoes. Like, you're mad corny. Like, you really think that's gonna sit here and hurt me? I just seen you kissing on somebody I would have called my childhood friend. Literally. So it was just like, alright, so now he mad, talking about Then he catches himself wanting to have 1,000,001 talks with me before he left. And I'm just like, why you keep trying to talk? Like, it ain't nothing to talk about. It's nothing to talk about no more. Like, I'm good. I'm good. So that whole situation happened. You know, we wound up having a final conversation, and the final conversation basically was he cheated. And yeah, when he cheated, he was just being selfish and he wasn't worried about the relationship. He was just worried about himself, which is what he said verbatim. And the reason he cheated, it was all my fault. Basically, like, I was the reason I made him cheat. Which, don't ever let nobody believe, don't ever let nobody make you believe that you're the reason why they did you wrong. Okay, people make their own decisions. And even when we started speaking after that, because obviously we stopped speaking for a while, and then of course he calling my line down, he's still blaming it on me. And I did call him crying, right? But no, I didn't. Did I call him crying? No. He wanted me to get over it. And he would call me all the time to check and see if I'm over it. So he would check the temperature. And then one day I broke down crying and he was like, look, I don't really got time to deal with this right now. So I gotta go, I'm taking care of business. And that was just such a smack in the face. It seems like every time he does me wrong and he tries to come back in contact with me, he dismisses my feelings and makes me feel like even worse, basically. And then once he does, every time he does that, I get on demon time. And demon time meaning I really leave him alone. And I move on, and that's essentially what I did. And all that extra stuff that follows is a whole different story, y'all. Got stories for days. But yeah, that's what wound up happening. And he still was on some, you know, I don't regret what I did, but you know, I'm sorry I hurt you, and you know, stuff like that. And it's like, now that I think about it, it's like, I wouldn't necessarily say I laugh about it, but I kind of chuckle a little bit because I'm so happy that I learned not only to see early signs of certain things, which I already knew, but to take things for what they are and stop making them what you want it to be. you know, just to help your mind out and, you know, give you some type of peace. That sometimes things are laid out right in front of you and you need to just take it as it comes. You understand? And learn that when things is over, when your relationship is over, when your friendship is over, when your career is when it's over, when it's done, move on to the next best thing. That's all I can say. So, what a story time. What a damn story time. Let me know if y'all like this story time, y'all. This is a part of my, like, I guess, story time toxic series where, once again, I just tell my old stories. And, you know, we talk, we vent, we laugh. We get a little sad, we get vulnerable, things like that. I do this for, you know, the enjoyment and just to kind of put it out there. So I just teach y'all a few things. And, you know, and I know it's a lot of women going through a lot of things now. So it's just kind of like I'm doing this for my ladies. I do it for the... So if y'all like this video, y'all know I'm a little bit edited, y'all, don't mind me. But so if y'all like these type of story times and these type of videos, y'all already know to click that like button. Let me know down below what different videos you want to see from me. Comment down below, let me know your thoughts. Okay, what part was your favorite part? Which part did Henry have you messed up the most? Okay, and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. And I will see you in my next video, my next story time, my next haul, my next vlog. Stay tuned to my channel, make sure y'all subscribed, because I don't tell these stories for my health. Y'all all up in my business. But yes, I'm gonna see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.